Hey y'all, Kevin Hutchison here with Realty Austin, and I am grateful to be a part of Stories Inside the Man Cave, a homegrown podcast just like my own business.
Wake your ass up
or take a damn nap.
And we're the three best friends that anybody could have.
It's time.
Sean, you were twerking. That's going to happen.
Murph, don't be a dick all your life.
This is one of the more fun podcasts I've ever done.
Hey, I tell you what, if you're not talking about sports in the man cave, I better not say you not a fan.
That's it.
Hey, look, it's my guy, Snupe Daniels of the Flex ATX, the guy who really turned it around as far as a new brand of high school sports coverage. And I got to ask you, Snupe, no discrimination against any other sport, but is high school football your favorite one to cover?
Nope.
Everything that's involved? What is it?
Soccer.
Really?
Yeah.
What
I
is it
love
about
soccer. I'm in love with the beautiful game. Who knew?
Beautiful game.
I had no idea. And really, when I really started liking it, I didn't even know a lot of the rules and such. So, but covering these Austin teams who've had big success. So I've seen some pretty big games on the state level and some state championships. So I fell in love quick, and it is without a doubt my favorite sport to cover.
I respect that. Are you an Austin FC guy?
And that's what's crazy is I haven't even been to an Austin FC game yet. As much as I love soccer, haven't even been yet. So, but I do love. I saw the Austin FC band. They performed at Bastrop versus McCallum. It was a playoff game. That was really cool to see that. To see their full ensemble band performing at a varsity game at Nelson Field. Cool. That was a special treat. I think more people should have known about that. It was such a cool event. So, so I think soccer is on the early stages. So I like to think I'm getting in early, even though soccer is an old game, it's old as time. But as far as its popularity in Austin, maybe I'm getting in at the right time.
Before we go any further, I got to give a shout out to our guys at Honest Air Conditioning and Plumbing, based out of Hutto. These guys are old school, meaning that they believe in that handshake agreement, which means trust their services. They are working nonstop. Hutto, Cedar Park, Round Rock, Georgetown, Leander, Pflugerville, and parts of North Austin, because it's a tad hot. 100+ degree heat for 40 some odd consecutive days. And these guys, they're not hurting for business. But we're trying to promote more business. That's what we're doing here. So Snupe,
more 100-degree days already this year than all of last year. So
that's crazy. I didn't think about that.
That's the stat I heard.
It's accurate. I'm never going to question you when it comes to stats. Ever. Especially high school sports. Give us a like. Give Snupe Daniel a like, and on Flex ATX, follow that Instagram page because it's better than TikTok. It really is. More valuable. He has a entire staff below him that does a bang-up job. I've seen him work, puts together, some compelling videos. And go to our pages on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and Snoop, you'd be proud. We now have a TikTok page for Stories Inside the Man Cave. It's not great yet. I'm working on it. It's nowhere near the level you have your platforms.
Yeah. Just, have some fun, be yourself. I mean, you do fun stuff anyway, so it should become natural.
It should. I think too much.
Don't force it.
No. That's what I'm doing now, and I need to stop. IG stories, I've got it down, but I need to get to Snoop level, period. One day. It's a goal. Hey, looking at high school football, my friend, it's really hard to limit it to 3 on everything, but you're in tune with the players, the coaches, the teams, parents, bands, whatnot. But if you were to list your 3 ATX area high school football players to watch that you really are excited about watching yourself, who would they be?
Well, I'm going to give some cliche answers, but they're cliche because indeed that they are. And then I'll give one like kind of out of the blue pick. But number one for me is Austin Overside, the quarterback out of Dripping Springs, who's a Baylor commit, but he's gotten offers from Ohio State and from Notre Dame and Texas A&M, which is where his parents went. So how far he's risen as far in the ranks is just really inspiring, and
crazy.
So I'm excited to watch him. Of course, he's a quarterback. So, the one and off the meter guy that I really like, I think is this kid named Jack Kaiser out of Westlake. So a little running back for Westlake, but all he did was have like 1,600 rushing yards and limited games. Started last year on JV for the first 2 games before he got moved up, and really. The state finals game was his worst game. So I'll say that. Like, he finally had a human game, but lo and behold, in the state championship. But I think he's an X factor. And I think with Westlake still with questions at quarterback, they're probably going to run out 3, which will probably be Paxton Lamb, Brent Skinner, and Nathan Acosta. But Kaiser behind Shanahan in that running line, I think he can really give the quarterbacks time to get more experience under their belt. So that's my second. And my third, I guess the most number one running back in our area, Quentin Joyner out of Manor, number one ranked 5A defense, one of the top in the state. He had over 2,000 rushing yards against. So like the proof is in the pudding in the yardage. And some people like the competition, but also, the competition, 11-5A. So I think you got to put him in the top 3. If he's the top running back, I mean, he's a top running back.
We had another Manor running back on here, Taj Brooks, Texas Tech. He was on here last week.
4-year guy.
Unbelievable talents, and Manor's full of talent, which kind of leads to the next question. The 3 ATX programs that you are seeing that not so much championship level, but that are going the right direction, on the rise, so to speak.
I want to say everyone is on the right direction, and Jesus loves all the little children, red and yellow.
That's right.
They are precious in his sight. With that being said, I think Weiss is a sleeper. I think they are a small 6A school, even though they got moved up to 6A. It's because of the campus enrollment. But their actual football numbers are more like 5A. Coach Van Meter has actually expressed that concern. But pound for pound, guy for guy, talent for talent, I think Weiss might have the best. I compare them to LBJ from last year, and they went to the state finals. LBJ didn't have a ton of depth, but the guys they had playing were probably better than guys you had playing. And Coach Fenner had those dudes fit to run and to play. A ton of minutes and at a high level. So I think Weiss is that school now in 6A. That's the highest level, and they'll also be playing Temple. So it's I know. And the only other school from Austin with them is Hutto in 12-6A. So it's like Harker Heights and Hewitt Midway. And what's the other schools? I have it written down over here. Bryan Cove. Cove. So anyway, so Weiss, the other 2. I never prep for these because I do want to talk like out of my heart.
Be more organic.
At the teams, Vandegrift, they've gone to 2 back-to-back state quarterfinals, 1 in D2, 1 in D1. Yeah. They've lost both, 1 to Hayes, shockingly, I would say at that point in time. And then the next year, you're losing to Westlake 70-7. So I think that team bought back a lot. Braden Buchanan, I think, is a legit football prospect. He's a Baylor baseball commit to play catcher, but in his heart, I think he would, if the right school offers him, I think he'll play football. He loves the sport. But Ian Reed, his rapid rise, Clemson commit, no one even knew his name a year ago. A lot like Austin Overside, just a rocket rise to excellence. And I think that's a note that kids need to take, is that you just need to work hard, because nobody knows you today and in a year. Like, who knows? Like, you ask Ian Reed, and he'd say, "You're going to get an offer from Nick Saban." He'd be like, "Shut the fuck up." Thank you for encouraging me, but I'll work hard, Snoop. And then it happened. So anyway, and then the third, let's say Vandegrift and can I say St. Michael's? They're private.
Private schools, anyone.
They have a quarterback named Carson Kruger, who's a former Westlake product, who got the heck out of Dodge, no pun intended, because it was just going to be so hard to play, I was not actually saving that line. That actually came out my head, like just like that.
That's great. That's creativity. That's natural, Snoop. Organic.
Yeah, but that's how like a nerd into this I am. But yeah, it's but also they have several players. Joe Moreland, notable, did transfer to Dripping Springs, so he actually lives in that area. It's not a shady transfer, but he was so he's out of St. Michael's, going to Dripping Springs. But they got plenty coming back. Malachi Smith is a nice two-way player, DB / receiver. Xander Romero is another. He's been seen on our Insta. He's been one of our more viral players this whole summer. This private school kid. He's been doing flips and back. He's super duper athletic. He's been working really hard to give his body the ability to do this. And it's resulting in likes on Instagram. I'm sure it swells his head, gives him confidence too. So, just like Apollos Hester, once you start really going viral, like it can really start having an effect on what you do in between the lines.
Yeah, when he was at Eastview, there's several memes of that right now, still circulating.
It's years after that was 2015.
Yeah, almost.
So now 7 years,
a decade ago,
dude. 7 years ago, dude. That's wild.
That's crazy. The kid, first of all, he's intelligent, well-spoken, good talent, and he just had it all. And at that one night, just like you, not preparing, you're just going off your knowledge. The kid was, philosophic, just all that.
Absolutely. He's still that way. Trust me. He's not. I see him every now and then. He's doing good.
Where is Apollos Hester now?
He does motivational speaking every now and then, but he has, like his 9 to 5 Monday through Friday, like, like a lot of like the majority of normal American people. They leave high school and they don't go on to become millionaires in the NFL. They just, they work and they have good times and bad times and just, try to get through life. So he's good. Good
kid. Hey, I got to ask you this. There's 3 favorite high school football venues, which includes environment, fans, food, everything. What would you?
I don't eat often at games because I'm so heck bent on filming and getting and I really get into it. It's because I wear myself out because I got to go back to the studio and cut it all up.
Yeah,
in a reasonable time because as soon as you shoot it, they're like, "Where is it?"
Yeah, people the need for it immediately.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Well, and that's and it's kind of like off topic, but a lot of times I'm like, do I shoot for the recap video or do I just shoot with my phone, which is going to look a lot less in quality and maybe shady and maybe too far back, but it might actually get the more reaction, and that's kind of disheartening a little bit as somebody who tries to, pride myself on having a high quality product, but you just got to do both.
Yeah, 100% you do.
I guess what I've thought about doing. I need to get something to attach my phone to my camera, so but the zooms and stuff are going to be different anyway. Favorite venues, I love Gupton, but not Gupton because it's too cavernous and everybody's too far away. So I'm talking about my favorites, but I did want to say that about Gupton. I just think that people are too far back, need to be closer. I recall days when Cedar Park was in their heyday and you could not freaking hear the crowd. I'm like, how is this happening? This is Cedar Park. This is a flaw. So anyway, but not to look because Snoop, you go build a stadium. So that being said, but anyway, I've always felt that. I've always felt that way about but it is it's nice and it's beautiful to look at. I just think anyway, favorites, House Park, because the view, the over sky, and how close they are. That's probably number 1. Number 2, Monroe Stadium at Vandergrift. Basically a private stadium. It's theirs. It's nice too. It's so nice. And then the other one is Hutto, the new Hutto one. It was worth the wait. It took forever for them to get the thing up, and when it's returned, we would beg for even a fraction of the rain that summer when they built the Hutto Stadium.
I remember that.
Rained the entire summer. We would take a fraction of that right now, but yeah, that they didn't even play a home game, I don't think, until for a full year, a true home game. So
that was weird.
But it's really nice, and it looks like a mall to me. So even though I haven't even been to a game there, I got into my top 3. So shout out to Van Meter and Hutto ISD.
Hey, they do a great job, and Brad LaPlante, now just the AD, new head coach. Hey, I want to give the Snoop a shout out. If you are not following, I'm going to show you a sample video. If I can pull this up, it's not going to be how can I say this? It's not going to be a full video where it takes over the page here, but I'm just going to do a little bit of it just to show a little bit of his creativity. Let's see. We got to share this. It's not cooperating. Here we go. Here it is. You see that?
I did.
See, here we go.
That was cool.
See, this is a recent event we were both at. Greater Austin Sports Foundation. You see the creative video and music. This is just a small sample of what Snupe does with these videos. That's our guy, Jamal Finner. When you get him off to the side, I mean, he's a true speaker. And I love listening to the guy. But that's Tony Salazar. But that's just a small sample. You need to go to Flex ATX on Instagram. See? And I'm trying to figure out why we're having all the music here still going. But Flex ATX, give the people an idea of what all that entails as far as how you gather all the video and the creative vibes you put to each video, because I know you do a lot of it, but you do have a staff below you.
I do have help. I would say Instagram is the one social media that I've done 100% of the posts from day one, because before we even decided on the name to be Flex ATX, which I didn't think they would go for. So thank you, Aaron, because it was misspelled, and they definitely was like, I'm like, man, trust me, I have to this is it, I promise. And so it's 3 years later. Well, we're going into year 3. It hasn't even been 3 years, but April 1st, 2020, April Fool's Day, 2020, in the heart of the pandemic.
Perfect day.
Is when Flex started. But basically it's just a Austin area varsity a hub of culture for sports, and it's centered around sports. So our athletes, so baseball, basketball, football, softball, boys, girls, volleyball, the whole works. Of course, in football we go extra hard because it's Texas. But basically, it's a culture bin centered around athletics, but there's a lot of lifestyle in it as well, and it's catered towards. I mean, everybody can enjoy it. Like Minions was incredible. That was not targeted for my demographic, but I loved it. But Flex is targeted for 15, 16-year-old, guys and gals, sports and culture stuff that's pertinent to 15, 16. Oh, and then that's older and younger.
No, it attracts all the people, the demographics, and you know how it is with high school sports. There's a lot of parents. You tag their school, you tag their kid's name, they're all over it. They're sharing on their stories. It goes viral in a hurry. Almost all these posts. It's pretty impressive with all you guys. So shout out to Snupe. Shout out to all the students who are below you from all the high school
reporters.
Your eye reporters. Mm-hmm. Amazing job to all of you. From stories inside the man cave, man, you guys are doing a badass job. Creativity is flowing. It's just amazing. That is if you look at NFL, NBA, Instagram pages, this surpasses it. I'm just saying. Go look at the quality. It's pretty impressive.
Whoa. All right. It's a pretty big compliment.
Yeah, it is what it is.
I need to be making
it is
more.
It is.
I need to be a millionaire.
That needs to be monetized and go into your pocket. And
I get a little bit.
I hope so. If you didn't, I'm calling somebody.
Yeah, I get a little bit. But
I'll be a representative.
More. Well, the deal is I got to stop. My deal is I'm so into buying more stuff because my pipe dream is to turn a season of mixtapes into a documentary series and getting it on Netflix. That's what I would like to do. I think maybe when I would make a lot of money is doing a series. It's good enough to be on Netflix, and I'm working towards that. So I'm investing a lot of the money that I make back into professional cameras, and it's a very expensive. Lenses are $2,500. All the lenses I want each. That's just the lens. The bodies are $6,500. It's so when you go from, this is what I built Fan Stand on in a decade. I built it on this Canon. I bought maybe dozens of these, but I built that empire on this. So I'm not saying that it's all about the camera, but if we want to do it big, we can't be cute. It has to be
keep going up. Improve that quality.
We'll keep the cuteness, but we wanted to.
What's the gimbal camera?
Gimbal, yeah, there'll have to be lots of that, less shake. I don't mind a little shake though, because I think it makes it more organic if it's not too like tripod. There's nothing wrong with it like that. But I'm just saying, like for me, because I mean, television and documentary, there's so many different art styles and forms, so no way is right. I'm just for me.
That's the way it is, because you talk about the cutaway, where you can make a cutaway by staying on the same shot, but move it.
Mm-hmm.
The new age. That's what you guys do. And you do it well. It's like watching a mini movie. It's a lot of work that goes into a 1 minute clip. Hey, before we close this out for the weekend, I got to get Snupe's, and I think a lot of people would benefit from this. It could be 2, 3 your recommendations where Snupe can be found on the weekends for his nightlife.
If I want to tell you where I'm at, I don't want you to see me in my normal life. God, it's I guess Revelry off Lamar Boulevard. I am there quite often, and my buddy owns it, Jonathan Lockery, and he also owns the one on East 6th Street, and he owns Corner Bar in Lamar. So he has his triumvirate, but the Boulevard one is special to me. I used to live in that area, and when it was just getting built. So, but it's nice. They got great brunch, and they got a killer ahi tuna salad that I love. It's my favorite. And then you got to eat healthy as we get older. Stories inside the Man Cave podcast. You got to eat a little healthier. So.
Just add a piece of kale, and you're good.
Yeah, the only deal is I'm still hungry afterwards. I'm like, do I need to order 2 salads? What is this? Like, because I'm hungry after. Shoot, I'm not. But it is, it's good anyway. The other 2 places, man, I would not come to where I'd be going. But let me see. I don't know. God, this is the toughest question you've asked the whole time because I do cover high school sports. So I really don't talk a lot about like my normal life, but I am an adult. And I like to life is short, man.
It is.
No, I don't be getting crazy though. Don't be thinking too crazy. But other 2 places, I guess a Kung Fu Saloon in the Domain. I like that. Yeah. I know some DJs there, Mike Swing, and third. I don't know, man. I guess Spinners off I-35.
It's been a while. It's been a minute for me over there.
It's cool. They have good food. It's low key, and sometimes that's what I need is low key. I just want to just chill. So,
see, a guy like you. Oh well, I can relate. Like going somewhere where you're disconnected and to unwind with a nice beverage, good food. Revelry, from what I hear, has great Cajun food.
Yes, they have. Yeah, they definitely have likes. I mean, I'm not a big Cajun guy. That's what's funny. And I'm allergic to shellfish. So a lot of the menu I can't even eat. But like I say, ahi tuna kale salad, and a good old fashioned. They make great old fashioned.
Oh, God, you just spoke to me on that. On the old fashioned. Hey, one thing before we wrap it up, I want to show you this. I know you saw it. It was sent to me in a text this morning, and it just kind of caught my breath a little bit, but I thought this was really cool by the folks in Liberty Hill. This monument for the now late Jeff Walker. Pretty cool. It's a bench, a monument, and be tough. Oh, you have it, the wristband.
I wear this every day of my life.
Be tough.
I rep Liberty Hill like people wouldn't even understand. I love that community. Coach Jeff Walker, that bench that the Booster Club collaborated on purchasing and making to commemorate his memories. So now every time that they walk out to that beautiful stage, they have a dope venue too. I've never seen it. Yes, they do. But it's real spacious, tall, looking as you enter the front, and then the gate to the right. It's really nice. But man. Dude, that's all I gotta show you is like I rock with Coach Walker every day of my life. So yes, it's
awesome, man. It's such a good. It's a really tough story, but
yes. Ken Walker's doing a great job, and his daughters, by the way, they just graduated. Reagan and I can't believe I'm so mad. I'm blanking on the other girl's name. It makes me mad. But anyway, they're redheaded twins, and they were some ballers, dude, some hoopers, and they almost took out Cedar Park. Cedar Park ran the state undefeated. Yeah. and they were only down to Cedar Park by 3 in the third before. Anyway, but the Walker twins, his daughters, those girls are some hoopers. They could hoop, dude. So shout out to the Walker family. I can't wait to talk to Coach Walker about that because he's usually like a tougher, stern guy. I'm going to try to embarrass him, be like, man, your little girls were some ballers, bro. Like, where did they get that? I mean, are you hooping with them in the parking lot? Yeah, but yes, but yeah. Shout out to the Walker family. Yeah, those girls, they were dogs, dude. Like, they could and they got this freshman named Gabby Mundy. I know a lot about Liberty Hill sports. I'm talking about. We're supposed to be talking about football. I'm talking about basketball. No, full back around.
Hey, I'll tell you what; those girls are phenomenal. I only met them. I don't know them like you do. I know Kent, current head coach of Liberty Hill. But man, that's those girls had the mindset of their uncle and their father.
I have to know. I'm looking at it right now because Reagan, oh man. Anyway,
he's going to figure it out. Hey, we forgive you. The Walker family forgives you, not forget.
The Walker family.
I've got a new retainer, man. I can't speak.
Oh shoot! It gave me the guys. Look how that's Google being
discriminatory.
Yeah, come on. Why didn't I want to look at the girls, fam? Gave me the boys first. That's how it is.
This is the personality of Snupe we all love right here.
I promise I'll let it go after I find his name because I won't rest. Reagan and Madison. Madison was Reagan was a shooting guard, kind of on the wing, and Madison was even though Gabby Money played point guard too, Madison was more like a point two. Yeah. Anyway,
Liberty Hill's always been tough girls basketball.
Really?
Yeah. Sedona Prince played there, and there were several several people before her.
I'm telling you, and again, like with soccer, I'm basically new to girls' sports, covering it in depth.
It's fun. There's a lot of great stories.
Yeah, and we've been lucky. Volleyball, we haven't been having, and it's running long, I know, but volleyball hadn't had much luck. But basketball with Cedar Park back to back, and then with soccer, Dripping Springs girls winning it, and Westlake girls going to state last year.
This guy runs on. I don't know if you're an espresso drinker, but I would assume 5 days a week, Snupe needs about 2 or 3 shots of espresso before noon.
Yeah, I would. I used to. It's weird. I don't drink coffee as much anymore. That's weird. Even as I'm getting older, I would think I would need more caffeine. But I'm dialed in right now. I'm having a lot of fun, and it's so
it shows.
Not be into it if you're not having fun.
Hey, I'm telling you when I said at the beginning that people mention you. Even when I was in the media with Fan Stand to now, it's because you built a brand and people respect it. They love it because these coaches hear from all the parents. You're known. You're an asset to high school sports in the ATX area. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, I hope so. We need more though. We need more. Can't just let's all come on. Let's.
Hey, you changed the way local TV. You're starting to how local TV goes after stories. Seriously, I'm sure that you provided them some idea.
Yeah. Well, it's. I think everything is a little bit more on an even playing ground now with social media. Like before, you would need a format or a platform,
right?
To even do something.
Yeah.
So, and the only reason I had a chance to even do this is because I had a job in radio. So,
it's how it works. It all ties together.
Yeah.
And then you just make it, you improve it.
Well, I think there's going to be more money in it, and it's definitely something that people will, because everybody can hear about the Longhorns or on anything on ESPN. Where are you going to hear about your kids? And I don't know. God knows where in the world. And I mean, who knows if there would be UIL here in 5 years? That might be gone. It's
a very real possibility.
With money and people needing money and
NIL.
Are they going to start giving kids $100 a month to play on varsity? Little small stuff like that.
Yeah. UIL is facing new. It's going to be an adventurous ride for them to figure out what direction high school sports.
I would protect. Yeah, I was it you last night? No, it was somebody, a listener. I was like, well, they'll protect the kids as long as they can, and even if that's only another year or 2 or 3, I think that they'll try to protect them to keep it pure as long as they can. But like I say, even if that's only another year or 2 or 3, like
something. We all know it's going to be a factor. It's being discussed. There's been presentations.
they could ruin it.
Yes,
they could ruin, and then it'll be. But then again, kids, the new kids won't even know, so then it won't even matter.
It won't.
They won't even know that world.
I mean, Jaden Blue, who was he left early from Klein Kane to enroll at Texas. Quinn Ewers, same thing. I'm afraid you're going to see more of that. But there's only a few who can do that, though.
True.
It's not going to be like, oh, I'm leaving before my senior season.
Well, you'll see it from people being lazy or just like don't like the coach. I think you'll start seeing it for like reasons that kids just don't want to do it. Instead of, oh, I'm going to the next level, it's just going to be like, oh, I'm already committed. I want to.
That'd be funny. Hey, I can edit that out.
That's okay. It was only a half bird, but they get it. I'm not doing it in a like a bad way. It's kind of what a kid would be like.
I'm out. You know?
Peace, coach. My name's not Jayden Greathouse. It's Jayden Weakhouse, but I'm leaving because I'm going to.
That guy.
Yeah.
That guy's a special talent.
Yeah, I think he'll play his first year.
God, especially if he goes to Stanford. Well, he is, right?
Notre Dame.
Notre Dame. That's it. Why not say Stanford?
It's a good school too.
Yeah, so they're equal. One's West Coast, one's in the Midwest. One's colder, one's nice.
Yeah, I think he'll play immediately.
He's an NFL caliber type kid, without a doubt. But I never say that about a kid. You're going to see him play on Sundays. So many things can happen.
I do. Every kid.
Every kid.
All y'all all going to the NFL. Everybody.
Right now, you have a chance right now. It's up to you to make it.
All y'all going to the NFL. If you're watching this, you're going to the league.
Hey, Snoop, there's one guy that I covered in my second of 4 stops in the media. He's going to be on the podcast tomorrow. It's going to drop in the morning. Reggie McNeil, when he was in East Texas at Lufkin, that awesome ride, the state championship. He now has a son, Reggie McNeil Jr., and he's about to start his varsity career as a quarterback for Maid Creek High School in Katy.
A word.
So, and I'll just say this. He's not lacking confidence at all. Reggie Jr., not at all.
Yeah. Hopefully Charles Taylor's son can do something similar at Pflugerville.
You think he's baseball or football?
Baseball first, but I think he'll play.
Yeah, well, he has to for his day.
Yeah, get your ass out there, boy. I done been feeding you meals all these years. You got to, like, score some touchdowns.
Yeah, you're going to contribute, boy.
He's big. I think he's 6'2", 170 already.
He's a good size junior high. Talented. Charles is awesome, by the way.
Yeah.
Carter Taylor. I think Pflugerville makes a run this year, by the way.
They are in a district that they could. I mean, the district favorite is going to be Rouse, but they could, theoretically, because I think Elgin has improved too, low key, but they could theoretically beat Elgin and the other school, Connolly, which Connolly is better too, by the way. But they have all those other schools in that district: Belton, Chaparral. What's the other one? Waco U. Yeah, so it's a weird district. It's 11-5 AD2. But, yeah, they do have a shot. You're right. I bet you they're glad they got the heck out of 11-5 AD1. They added College Station and Console. They're like, thank the Lord. Thank you for not sending Hendrickson out that way and us instead, because that really – because now Hendrickson, which is a good team, it's going to be hard to make the playoffs. But, But for Pflugerville, I think you go in and you're really optimistic that you're going to be one of the 4.
It's a little bit more opportunity because the district you mentioned, that 5A Division I district, to me was so balanced. Had a lot of good programs. Even Anderson, which was, what were they, 3-win season last year. They played some really good balls, showed some signs. They're better off in this district with Westlake and Lake Travis than they were in that 5A Division I district.
I don't know. It's all real tough,
It's tough.
And what sucks about 11-5 AD1 is those 2 teams coming in from out of Boston are going to be favored to get a playoff spot. And I haven't even looked at Dave Campbell's, but those teams that have a chance to go to state, they're that good. So, I don't know. I guess the goal should be just, only let one in. I mean, somebody is going to get upset. Like, there's going to be programs this year who are like, no way in hell they think they're going to miss the play. They think they're going to state and they're going to miss the playoffs. So,
College Station,
sorry,
a beast. College Station's a beast.
Yeah, they were in. Did they win state or did they just go?
I thought they won it.
They won it.
Yeah.
So
I'm talking about the talent.
It has to be console. Y'all
unreal.
got to keep console out. Y'all got to keep A&M consolidated out. Like that's really.
It's unreal how that. So A&M consolidated College Station. I'm still. So what's funny is the head coach at College Station was Huff. He was the head coach at Midwest City when I was in Oklahoma City, which is right outside of OKC, and they almost won a state championship twice.
Yeah.
No one remembers who finished second, unfortunately.
Unless you cover them.
Yeah, that's true. That's the truth.
But in general, no.
No, it's just a story of life. Snoop, man, it's always fun, my friend.
It was a fun time. Thank you for having me.
You're doing a hell of a job. Go follow this guy. His platform, Flex. That's FLX, ATX. You will not be disappointed. In fact, it is a good. You'll find yourself. Oh, I'm going to check it out. Then you're on it for the next 15 minutes, looking at everything.
It's a lot.
It's that compelling. It's rich.
Thank you. Well,
you have Snoop.
Well, I work ahead. The season's just about to start. Yeah, a 2-day start on Monday. I'll be at Bowie in the morning at 6, and I'll close the evening with LBJ at night on Monday. So it's starting.
It's coming. It's starting. God. So all the programs who did not have spring ball start this Monday.
Hendrickson, other teams. I can't think of all the top of my head. I'll figure them out next week. I'm too tired. I'm actually going to enjoy the weekend and not work. Well,
I hope you don't. Hey, I'll be your accountability coach. You are not to work this weekend.
Wow. Sometimes I do have to tell myself don't be working, man. Like because there's going to be a point coming up that I'm going to want to quit. Yeah. Because it's a lot. Every year it happens. I hate to say that, but like knock on wood, maybe this should be the year it won't. But there's every year, like I get to a point I'm like, I can't do this anymore. Like,
yeah.
It's usually like at 3 a.m. when I'm like,
I'm done. That's what you're saying.
Like, I don't know if I can do this anymore. So, but that's good. That makes me know that I'm like if it's gonna hurt that much, it better have a benefit. So because it hurts sometimes to do that.
Yeah, the amount of effort, work,
and it's and the kids want it fast, and it's week after week. Because by the time the game is over, you're trying to recap everything. By Sunday, it's starting to get, and honestly, I think I'm gonna have to do a Monday because they're the mixtapes are getting bigger, and so and then right after that, you're getting a volleyball Tuesday night, and you're getting ready for the games on Thursday night. So and it's 11 weeks of regular season, and then it's the playoffs. So it's a run, dude.
It's a true grind. It's a true grind. You
I hate even saying it. Oh my God, I'm about to do that.
You've got one day off a week, a true day off.
No, we have hours off. We don't have days off. Yeah, it's true. I'm dead ass like that. It's not. There's no days off. It's hours off.
I'm gonna take 4 hours off on Sunday. That's what you're telling yourself during the football season, or is that all academic year?
It's for sure football season. There's stretches of spring that are like that too, especially when you get into basketball. You're covering guys and girls because they're both going twice a week, and then into soccer, and then into. So the spring is definitely tougher because of all of it, but the football is just more intense because it's like get it out, do a damn good job, and get ready for the next one.
It's amazing, and that you just kind of painted a picture of a perspective of what it's like for you. That's not an easy job turning video and making it compelling.
Yeah.
Hollywood-esque.
I don't know about that. The labeling really is one of the big things because it adds hours to render time. If you put their name up, you're going to have to wait for it to render.
I bet you have. How many external hard drives do you have?
Right now I have 2 terabyte one's working right now. I'm about to go up to Thunderbolt because the USB-C is just too, again, like when you're working in that time pressed condition of trying to get all those mixtapes out, you have to have technology speed, and it's expensive, but I'm going to get I think it's $900, but it's 18 terabytes, and it'll just let you access the stuff a little quicker, because when you're doing like that, honestly, like 30 seconds really matters.
It does. Like the laptop I'm on for this, I've got to turn it really quick and delete the original file from the.
Oh, that's a pain. And with this, we got to keep the footage because God forbid, it's going to sound morbid, but if a kid like tragically passes away, I want everything of that kid we've ever had of him like scratching his leg or something. Like you want that. So I've thought about that. Like it's tough to delete, and it does get expensive. Like trying to save all that stuff. Yeah, deleting it. But yes, I've been to that route just to try to get by because it's like the video task is it's a tall task.
The thumb drives don't cut it.
Heck no. Oh no. Nah, fam. Maybe for like a few highlights, but yeah.
And you have a whole box of thumb drives. That's it doesn't work.
Yeah, well,
doesn't work. And I forget which one's which because the labels come off. Yeah. Man, you're crushing it, my friend. No doubt.
I appreciate it.
We're going to get together for a bottle of water. I promise you.
Okay, good.
Hey, for the
water,
Avion.
Oh, the luxury water.
We're gonna some what's the Austin? Oh, there's several of them. Sparkling water.
Yeah. All the Austin hippie waters.
Just give me a Topo Chico on a lime. We'll call it a day.
Kombucha.
You got it. You got it, man. Snoop Daniels. Just a modern day badass covering high school sports, man. We appreciate you.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. Thank you, Sean.
You're more than welcome. It's and he's a 2-time Stories Inside the Man Cave VIP. He's an alumni, part of the HOF Hall of Fame now. For Snoop and for the OG Man Cave boys, that being Hardball Hards, Big Mike, and the Coach Mo, we out.